And welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name's Ruben. This is my review for Those Who Wish Me Dead. Give me a thumbs up, chat to me in the comments below about this film. Were you excited about it? Have you heard about it? Are you going to give it a watch when you get to see it? Let's jump in. A teenage murder witness finds himself pursued by twin assassins in the Montana wilderness, with a survival expert tasked with protecting him and a forest fire threatening to consume them all. Directed by Tyler Sheridan. Tyler Sheridan, I like his work. If you've seen Hell or High Water, he wrote that. If you've seen Wind River, fantastic looking film and pretty damn tense. That's what I was expecting from this film. I was pleased to get the screener, so thank you for sharing me the screener. But at the same time, I had hope that the trailer didn't show all of the good bits, and it does show quite a lot of the good bits, but seeing them in the perspective of the film actually gives weight to what you see in the trailer. So that's just me in a roundabout way saying the film is pretty damn tense, and it's definitely worth you going to the cinema to watch this, a big scale if you can. Something that I would like to see at the cinema, even though I haven't had the chance yet. But as the cinemas start opening, if you start seeing certain films like you want to see Spiral, some of the films that you hadn't gotten to see yet that are going back to the cinema, this is definitely one of those because of just the cinematography and the presence of this film. The film does take some time to get going into the story. For about the first 45 minutes is basically setting up the premise and the characters. We see what happens to this young kid, the inciting incident. We see Angelina Jolie's character, her past kind of sets up what she's going to be looking after this young kid eventually when we get to that inciting incident. But it kind of is setting up all the characters to get there in those, in that moment, so you care about the characters as well as John Bernthal. There's a pregnant lady who plays his wife, who I thought was excellent, and she's so badass. Every time she was on screen, I was like, yeah. Also, John Bernthal, I was like, why can't you just kill the bad guys, man? You're the Punisher. But I have to say, for me, the surprise of the film was definitely the young kid, Finn Little, who plays Connor.
It's not my blood.
I was amazed at the emotional range that this young actor was able to portray on screen. When he had the emotionality of, is that a word? Emotionality? I don't know. We'll go with it. Emotionality, when you're seeing emotions trying to be portrayed by a character, but without them blurting it all out and overreacting, you see this young kid push down the emotions, but you see them trying to break out on his face, just like little quivers in the mouth, little kind of tear there. You see a tilt of the head. You just get the emotion that he is going through in their moments, and he manages to capture and do that throughout the film. So whenever he's running, he's scared for his life, but he's angry as well, also acting his age as well. It feels like the script is written correctly for the age. How many times have you seen a film where the teenagers or the young kids act or say something that just they wouldn't say? It's written like an adult has written something that they think kids would say, but they don't feel like they've actually done any research. This time around, it just feels absolutely right. You feel like that's what a kid would do. That's how they would react. They wouldn't always react the smartest way, but sometimes they would keep quiet and just, fight through the pain, or they'd be angry about something. Someone just harmed your family. You may not react it the right way. Maybe you wouldn't react in the smartest move, but sometimes you also have preservation. You want to live. So all of that is going on in this young actor. I can't wait to see what else he does in the future, because I thought he stole the film, and that's above Angelina Jolie, John Bernthal. We have a few really interesting characters in this film, very great actors, and I thought he was the best thing about the film. Whether that's because he has other actors to act off of and they've elevated him, I think that could be the case. If you watch the early Harry Potter films, there's definitely an elevation of veteran actors in those films at the first few, for sure, where the young actors were kind of learning what it means to act properly. And so I think this film might have that a little bit. The cinematography I want to talk about for a while. Some of the wide CinemaScope shots that you see, especially when there's grand fire, they look absolutely stunning and terrifying at the same time. So getting that across, getting the immense terror and beauty of a grand forest fire, they managed to capture that, so they put you on edge, but you also want to watch. Fire is mesmerizing, so they have that beauty to it, but also the the emotional intense pain because of something that's happened early in the film. You kind of have that to draw back on, which is cleverly done. The pacing is quite slow to build up, but eventually once it starts getting going, it doesn't quite let go. The last half of the film really is just this intense ride, and you are wondering what's going to happen. It doesn't feel like any of the characters have plot protection. They get hurt. Maybe they're fighting through pain. Some other characters might not survive. It's that sort of film that you don't really know who or what is going to happen. I would say that our two assassins that were mentioned in the synopsis were pretty damn good, scary, well, good as bad guys, because they didn't like do monologues. They didn't do all the classic bad guy things that you sometimes get in like bad guy henchmen or assassins, like, now I'm going to tell you my plan, or now, I'm going to waste this time. No, they just kind of went for it. They were very methodical, very scary, because they were like almost Terminator-ish. They knew what they were doing. There was just one moment when they had to rely on a tracker to go somewhere, and I didn't believe that they wouldn't have tracking skills at their level of expertise as master assassins. I just thought they would have enough tracking expertise to be able to follow, footprints in the dirt. And so that was only one bit of the story that I didn't quite buy, but for the most part, I really enjoyed this. I think it's a solid film. I'm going to give it an A-. So let me know in the comments below, are you excited for this? Thanks so much for watching this review, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.